All right, all right, all right. Y'all know the drill. Where you from? Where you at? What are you doing? We're gonna let the list populate. Take a little bit of time out right now to post a link to this video for the people on Twitter. You know what I mean? Once again, y'all know the drill. I was gonna do a video. I was gonna edit another one, but I decided to go live instead. It is fight week after all. Big fight. Supposed to be a big fight, even though I keep hearing that the tickets ain't moving that much. Hey, my man Felipe in the building, Jump Tube in the building, Tone in the building, Ay, Mexico in the building, Ireland in the building, George Soul Survivor Reborn. It's good. Late night boxing talks. Talking about the late night boxing talks. That's the theme song. And today's sponsor is Levi's. If you want to look fresh and fly and ready to die, Levi's. Once again, I need sponsors. Luis Mosqueda, que lo que es, SSB, what it is. Joaquin, what it is. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things going on right now. Gary King Frog, all the way from Sydney, Australia, was good. You know what I'm saying? I am still bewildered as to why Taylor Robinson's people have so decided to allow her to fight Shannon O'Connell, Capricorn of Team Capricorn, a magnificent fighter who's only getting better with age. And I still don't know what the reasoning is behind that. It's very ambitious. I won't knock her for trying, but I really don't like her chances. Tim Tszyu is going to be fighting Takeshi Inui. I talked about that in a video. I really like that fight. As Mark of Unrivaled Boxing Talk, for those of you that are not already subscribe to Unrivaled Boxing Talk, as he so adequately put it. That's a focus test because he's going to have a guy in front of him that can take a shot and keep on coming. He took some great punches, took a great punch, great shots from Jaime Munguia, who's not a little guy by any stretch of the imagination for the junior middleweight division. And he kept on coming. He kept applying pressure. Tim Tszyu is a talented boxer, but he's beating the guys that you expect him to beat at this point. And this feels like an acid test because Takeshi Inui is not well known. I don't think that the fight is getting the same buzz that it should. It should get a lot of buzz because it's actually a really good fight. And I feel like it's a guy that he's not going to crumble off the first hard shot that lands. I mean, if Tim can stop this guy, that's a statement win for me because Jaime Munguia couldn't stop this guy. If Tim manages to stop this guy, that's really saying something. Luis Puente, que lo que, New Country, what it is. Bakersfield in the building. Aji was good. Virtuoso was good. New York in the building. In the building. Appreciate that, bro. Boxing God, New Orleans in the building. The NO, no limit. You know what I mean? Andrew was good. 25 WMA right now was good. Appreciate that, bro. You ain't had to do that, but I'm glad you did it. And once again, when it comes to that Takeshi Inui fight, it's a great fight. Honestly, I feel, I mean, I don't want to oversell it, but it does feel like a potential banana skin because Tim's been getting these guys out of there with relative ease. A lot of these guys, you know, these fights haven't been going the distance. He's accustomed to that. He has a guy in there that maybe could take him the distance. You know, he's going to have a guy in there, real tough guy, and he's a physical guy. He's not a finesse fighting kind of guy. So I think that's really going to be a really, really good fight. Other things that I have on my mind right now, obviously, is Wilder versus Fury 3. Now, I don't have a horse in the race. I really don't. It doesn't matter to me which one of them wins because as far as I'm concerned, with this cycle of heavyweights, even Usyk included, I don't feel like we're going to get to see an undisputed champion. The probability of that happening increases a bit if it's Fury that wins. It's a little bit more possible, but he's such a cornflake and he's so wishy-washy that you don't really know. With Wilder, I feel like almost indefinitely we won't get an undisputed champion because if Joshua wins next year, it just becomes what it always was, what it already was between them. All that money on the table and a fight, an undisputed title fight, didn't materialize. That was with Anthony Joshua. With Alexander Usyk, that same money isn't on the table, but there are risks there facing a southpaw. There's a lot of people they look at Wilder's power and they tell themselves that, well, he hits harder than Anthony Joshua. This is how some people feel. They feel Wilder hits harder than Anthony Joshua, and his money punch is the straight right hand, which is often referred to as the southpaw killer. But you have to be able to line up that right hand. It doesn't happen on its own. He'd be facing a fighter who's more fleet of foot than anybody he's fought before, a fighter with a higher ring IQ that's competed at the highest levels of both amateur and professional boxing. This is not your run-of-the-mill southpaw. This is not Artur Spilka. This is not Charles Martin. This is not Luis Ortiz. None of those guys have an amateur or professional record like this guy. So you really can't equate them to him. Essentially, the issue with a Wilder versus Usyk fight is, in order to line up that right hand, you need lead foot advantage. Short of the other guy making a huge mistake, like Spilka did, and I don't see Usyk making those mistakes. I don't see him doing that. But short of making a huge mistake like Spilka did, going for a big left hand with your chin in the air, ready to be counted, you're going to have to line up that right hand. You're going to have to set it up. You're going to need to set it up with your jab to bring it over. And that's going to prove difficult because Anthony Joshua has a jab. Anthony Joshua is more of a jabber than Wilder is. He's more of a jabber than him. Yeah, he uses his jab more. And you saw what happened when he tried defense with the jabs with Alexander Usyk. No matter what happened, he always had lead foot advantage. Whenever he went in to fire that straight left hand, whether he set it up off the jab or he just threw a lead left, he just put it out there. He always had lead foot advantage. For those of you not familiar with that term and what that is, that's the lead foot is the same foot is on the same side of the hand that you jab with. So if you're an orthodox fighter, your lead foot's going to be your right foot. If you're if you're a southpaw, your lead foot's going to be your right foot. If you're an orthodox fighter, your lead foot is going to be your left foot. And if you look at all the still images of the Joshua versus Usyk fight, you're going to notice Usyk's lead foot is always just on the outside of Joshua's, which lines up the straight left hand. For Wilder to be able to get off his straight right hand, he's got to line up his foot. He's got to line up the shot. It's not just going to happen on its own. That's what makes that difficult. That and the movement of Usyk will make it difficult for Wilder to plant his feet. He'll put him in a position where he's moving around so much, he's just going to always have to reset to try to hit him with something. Wilder's not a prolific puncher. He's not a volume guy. He doesn't go out there and just throw a barrage of punches. He tries to hit a guy with a single shot, and then when he's hurt, he'll let his hands go. But you got to hurt the guy first. You have to land first, and it looks very difficult to land on this guy, so it's a difficult situation. Who got banned New Country? Oh, let's talk about him. This is my understanding of the situation with Johnny Boy, the fake Sicilian who sounds like Chief Wiggum. This guy, something's wrong with this guy psychologically, but this is what happened. Somebody told me a couple of months ago that he was upset that whenever I would go live, people would leave his live to come over and watch my live. And I thought, I don't know, tough titty. I don't really care. Like, if people are leaving your live to come see mine, then you need to make better content, because I'm not going to fucking check in with you to make sure you're okay so you could get your White Claw beer money. I don't really care if people are leaving your live. We don't even talk about the same thing, so why would that bother me? You know what I mean? So I was told this months ago and I forgot about it. The other day, BDA was live and I had done all my shit. I had already uploaded all my content or whatever for the day. So I go to see what BDA is talking about. And BDA, shout out to BDA, a real boxing channel, not just a loser panhandling for beer money, living with his parents. I go to BDA and they were talking about something. I honestly didn't know what they were talking about when I got there, but they were talking about how the dude was talking mad shit about them. He was talking shit about somebody that goes by the name of Thunderdome as well. Apparently they all have a beef as far as beef in this little digital environment goes. So they told me, and they reminded me of what I had heard, because I honestly forgot. Like, y'all know me, I'm always here, and the conversation is always boxing. It's never nothing else. It's not none of that childish drama shit. Fake. I don't call, like, it's not drama. The most that's going to happen is a shouting match. Nobody's gonna get hit. Nobody's gonna get poked. Nobody's gonna get shot. Nothing is gonna happen, right? They told me about that stuff. That, oh yeah, the dude was mad. I'm like, oh yeah, I did hear that a couple of months ago. So the dude comes on. He starts doing his regular routine. Your mother this, your sister that, all this freak shit. And it's like, your dog, like, this is like, if you look up Wigger in an Urban Dictionary, you're gonna see a picture of Johnny Boy. Like, really? If you look up Wigger, like a dude that don't know if he want to be a soprano or a skinhead, you're gonna see Johnny Boy right there. He starts talking all this crazy shit. It's like they were trying to do an intervention for this guy. That's what I got from it. It was really late. Their live stream ran into like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. They talking to this guy, and it's like, it was Bucho. Bucho was trying to tell him like, yo, the dude whole life is a lie. Like everything he say online is a lie. That's what he was saying. And I couldn't help but agree, because this dude talking about he got 5 felonies. I'm like, bruh, you like 28, 29 years old, right? Everything you know about what you talking about, you got from movies and rap music. Everything. Everything. All of it. Because if you really had 5 felonies, you would either be in jail right now or you snitched on somebody. It's no two ways about it. You 28, 29 years old. If you got 5 felonies, you should be in jail right now unless you snitched on somebody. Ain't no way you got 5 felonies and you walking around out here making YouTube videos talking about cocaine that you sold. The dude whole life is a lie. Anyway, shout out to AJJJJ. I appreciate that. It ain't no way. It ain't no way. How you gonna have 5 felonies and you out here making YouTube videos about cocaine that you sold? Bruh, all they gotta do is show that to your parole officer and you right back in there. If you got 5 felonies, right, you gonna be on parole for a while, right? If you really got 5 felonies, right? So how you gonna be on a platform like this talking about, yeah, I sold more cocaine than you? Like, bro, who was even talking about selling cocaine? Like, seriously, who was talking about selling cocaine? The dude was like, yo, I sold more cocaine and this and that. And what else, man? What else? Oh yeah, because he's always threatening people online. Like, he stayed talking about some, yo, don't come to my, like, bro, don't nobody live in fucking Milwaukee. The people that you always calling out and talking about, none of them live in Milwaukee, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And if you supposed to be like a made man, because the dude always on this fake soprano shit. I'm like, bro, how you supposed to be Sicilian, but you sound like Chief Wiggum from The Simpsons? The dude don't sound Sicilian. He sound like Chief Wiggum. Like, I'm like, yo, I don't, and that's just the internet, bro. That's just the internet. Like, what you supposed to do with what are you supposed to do with a person like that? What you supposed to do? I don't know. Like, I don't know what you. I don't know. Like, look, I don't know what the etiquette for something like. I don't know what the etiquette for that is. But to answer your question, that's what happened. It's like, your daughter. Like, who you trying? If you really do, you understand that if you have 5 felonies, like, I know the dude don't got 5 felonies, right? You essentially saying that you a predicate felon, right? Predicate felon. A predicate felon will not be on YouTube trying to start fist fights and talking about cocaine that they sold, because that's all it's going to take is for somebody to pull up that video to their parole officer, and then they right back in for a minute, for a long, long, long time. So it's like, bro, like, it's it's like, yo, dog, like, you wouldn't even look, man, you wouldn't even body somebody like that, man. Like fucking BDA. Shout out to BDA, right? And I feel bad for even addressing it, because it's like I feel like I'm inadvertently fanning a flame, but really it's no flame at all, because, like, what is going to happen, dog? Are you going to make a video mentioning me? You were already doing that, and I wasn't even aware of it. People had to tell me about it. What's the most you're going to do? Not a goddamn fucking thing. You're not going to do anything. You're going to get drunk in your father's garage, and your mother, yo, the dude BDA, he posted a video where the dude mom dead ass walked in on him and told him, yo, cut that shit up. And the dude is like 28, 29 years old. I'm like, bro, come on, B. I don't need to be. I don't need to be even conversing with somebody whose life is like that. I seen it that day. Like it's like, and yo, you seen that, and I try not to like. It's like I try not to feed into it and just lose my cool. I did lose my cool. I ain't even going front, but it's because like yo, the dude is talking all this cash shit, and I forget. Like I'll forget that it's like yo, bro, it's the web, bro. Ain't nothing gonna happen. It's the web, but he talking all this crazy, and I'm just not used to hearing that. Like I'm not used to like yo, chill and whatever. And it's like, yo, I don't want to feed into it, obviously, but I'm like, yo, I had to remind myself that, like, yo, what am I doing? Like, yo, this cat lived with his mom and his dad. Like, you live with your mom and dad, fam. Like, your mom dead ass walked in there and told you to be quiet. I can't, like, what I'm supposed to do? Not laugh? Motherfucker want to do something to you, he ain't got to come see you. He could call your mother. Like the principal. Like, yo, look, Ms. What's his last name? Cag or whatever. Like, look, Ms. Son, your son is not behaving on the internet. You need to cut his Wi-Fi off for a week. Put him in a corner. It's like, yo, like, the whole thing is like, he wanted to be like, I could see that, like, yo, everything he know about what he be talking about, he got from movies and rap music. That's where he got it. Movies and fucking rap music. None of that shit is real. Cause ain't no motherfucking 5-time felon gonna sit on YouTube talking about cocaine that he sold. The hell no. No, it won't happen. 2, you're not gonna be doing all that fly shit talking about, yeah, man, you come around here. Like, bro, like, all they gotta do, like I said, all they gotta do is take that. Your parole officer will probably monitor your YouTube to see if you be doing that, just to send you right back up. So what are you like? Like yo, look, it's a lot of just goofy shit on the internet, man. Like it's just a lot of goofy shit, man. Like, bro, your parole officer see that if you a 5-time felon and you out here with us doing YouTube videos about boxing, but you a 5-time felon, I'm gonna assume you got a lot of parole, a lot, right? Weekly parole, all of that. Like you got parole, be you on parole for a long time. So if you got a parole officer, all it would take is for your parole officer to pull up all that childish shit you be doing and you right back in there. Easy. So come on, B. I'm gonna post a link right now for you, Chris. Yeah, then he started talking about, he brought up 78 Sports. He always does this shit. He brought up 78 Sports, and BDA was like, yo, you know 78 Sports? He was like, yeah, he lived down the street from me. So I said, yo, I give you $50 if you walk down the block and knock on his door and ask for a cup of sugar. Then he was like, he got he got pet. He paused. Then he was like, nah, you got to put me in an Uber. I'm like, I bet I do that. That's $100. I'll put you in an Uber. Go knock on his door. And then he just started changing the subject after that. Chris was good. Yo, you heard that? Yo. Motherfucker said he got, motherfucker said he got 5 felonies and he walking around here talking all this cash shit. Like, bro, like, It's like, yo, he Cheddar Bob, yo. Like, he Cheddar Bob. Like, he trying to be Rabbit. He trying to be B Rabbit, but he really Cheddar Bob. Like, bro, you'll probably shoot yourself in the fucking leg, bro.
So who coming on your stream acting super crazy, super tall? What the fuck wrong with you?
Hold on,
like,
yo,
everything you said,
Chris, your mic sound crazy, bro. Like, your mic sound crazy.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it feel like it's like static or something in the background. Like, yo, matter of fact, Virtuoso, I think, seen the shit. Virtuoso, you was there, right?
Bro, I wanted to get in and get my licks in, to talk some shit to this dude, bro. Cause like I'm really fed up with him, bro. Like if the mafia was like the military, man, that dude would be like stealing valor, man. Like this dude got a fucking claims to be Italian, but then got a hood pass to say all this crazy shit, saying
He
the
don't
N
look.
word.
He don't even virtuoso. He don't have like I could tell. Like, look, man. I don't like. I really try to be positive, most especially with this shit, because it's so easy to be toxic. But he don't have a hood pad. He don't be around nobody. Like I could tell everything you know about what you be saying. You got it from a movie or a rap video. Cause what
Nah,
5-time felon you know gonna sit on YouTube? Yeah, man, I so mad. Like, really, bro? That's all they need to send you back up. That's
He's
all
a
they need.
snitch. He's a snitch. I want to
It's
hear
even
anything you have to say.
Chris. It's either that or he lying. It's either that or
But
you
like
lying.
that's dead ass facts, yo. Because I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a Long Island nigga. I know better than to say that, yo. If I had criminal fucking exploits to say some shit like that online, if niggas can record this shit, this is admissible evidence.
Bro, it's that it don't happen. Like, yo, dog, look, think about the age, right? Virtuoso, I know Virtuoso got at least one felony. I know he got one. I'm just playing. He ain't got no felonies. None of us have felonies. None of us are felons at all, right? None of that, right? Let's just keep it clean,
I
Chris.
choose not to disclose that information.
It's not
So
disclosed. It's closed. Bang. All I'm gonna say is if you 28, right? You in that age group, 28, 29, and by 29, you got 5 felonies. Bro, how the fuck you out here? How don't you should be doing a
Nigga,
bid right now? And if you not
nigga, if you
doing
have
a bid,
fucking 5 felonies, nigga, you most likely killed somebody or you're a career criminal.
bro, if you got 5 felonies at age 29, you should be doing a bid right now. And if you not
mm,
doing a bid right now, it's because you snitched. So it's either you a fucking liar or you a CI. Cause
it's
it's
like
like, bro. But that's what happened with that bullshit. I ain't
Yo,
even
you hear about CEO Chris and Jim Jones?
what happened.
You hear about CEO Chris from Nine Trey?
Now what happened to him?
No, basically, niggas from Nine Trey is snitching, bro. And Jim Jones was implicated in the court transcript.
Oh word.
Yeah, go on
You talking
Crown
about
Court TV,
NTG?
my
You
nigga.
talking about the blood set NTG, right?
Yeah, NTG, yeah, with Mel Murder, Jim Jones, and all them niggas. Yo, shit is nasty, bro.
I mean, look,
Like
not
you,
look. The same thing happened to the Latin Kings over 10 years ago. The same thing, like somebody ratted and they knocked. I remember they said because it was on the news. It was that's where I seen the shit. They knocked like 100 of them motherfuckers in one fell swoop because
oh, they
somebody
Rico'd
ratted.
them. Yeah, that's
that
uh,
Rico
that's a
shit
killer
nasty,
right
bro.
there. Yeah, but like
Yo,
just to
Julius,
close
I'm
in.
gonna come back here. My shit's as well.
All right, bet. Virtuoso, go
Yo,
ahead.
just to close the chapter on this idiot, man. And nobody want to see this dude like talk shit for hours while hammered or wasted, and then hit the heavy bag with pity pat punches with titty jiggling and shit. It's
Bruh,
just
I felt after that,
depressing.
I felt stupid, bro, because I'm like, I forgot. It's because, look, it's like if I come up to you, right? And in the street, if I come up and I just start talking crazy, your
Yeah,
reaction is going to be, so that was the reaction that I had. And I forgot, like, yo, dog, this is Cheddar Bob. You don't,
yeah.
like, this is legitimately Cheddar Bob. This is not even B Rabbit. This is Cheddar Bob. Why am I arguing with Cheddar Bob? Like you trying to be Don Corleone, but you sound like Chief Wiggum. It don't make sense. That
He's
dude
got
don't
that
even look
Midwestern
Chief
accent, and it's like, bro, you don't sound mob. You don't even look Italian, bro. You like
That's the other. I'm like, yo, what's this? Yo, I know Sicilians, B. What Sicilian is you, dog? Like, nah, you don't look Sicilian, bro. You look like it.
bro.
But it's wow, man. Like that's why I said, like, yo, I can't be arguing with Cheddar Bob. If
It's
Cheddar Bob,
depressing, and it's just a draining of your energy. It's not worth it, man. It's like it's best to just keep your distance from people like that, man. That's how it
not
is.
because I was on BDA shit. This is the funny shit.
Yeah,
Like I was on BD and I was on BDA shit before. One time they had Steve Kim on there. Shout out to Steve Kim. and the
Right.
3 knockdown rule. And it was just regular. I had came on that time thinking it was gonna be like that it was just gonna be regular. It was just gonna be boxing talk. I didn't realize they were in the middle of trying to do an intervention, and he was there, and he starts his little routine of your mother this. It's like, yo, all right, you know what I mean?
It's just it's depressing, man. It's like you talking mad greasy. You can't even get your words straight because you're so fucking liquored up. Like, who's gonna? What kind of boxing content are you creating? You're just talking shit over the internet.
Well, I told you that kid don't know if he want to be a soprano or a skinhead. He can't. He don't have an identity. Everything he
Yeah,
know about what he be talking about is shit that he see in fucking movies and shit that he hear in a rap video. Like you, bruh. BDA dead ass played a clip of the man's own mother walking in on him and telling him to be quiet. That mean if that dude
yeah.
want to choke his chicken, he better keep it low. Mom
Turn that
was
shit off,
shut that fucking shit off. Like, yo, that's you really
ma.
like, bruh, like, yo, dog, I wasn't going through that when I was in my teens. B, you going through that and you in your fucking late 20s, bro. Yo, it's like you said, it's depressing, it's draining, and it's like, yo, dog, like, if anything, people should pray for you because you fucking pitiful.
Yeah,
They should pray
that's
for
all
you.
I feel. I don't really hate the dude, but I pity you, bro. Just
Yeah,
go.
that's
Yeah,
like, look, man, and I'm such a dick because I said it when I came on, and it's like, look, man, there's people in this world that they really not even worth bodying. Like, nah, like legitimate, like, nah, you would not do that for this person because, like, really, dog, like, really, Cheddar Bob, like, bro, even though as greasy as he talk, and I know that, like, yo, he used that word, that fucking word that and bro, like yo, the way that dude beats, and it's like, yo, you could tell, like, you stay using that fucking word, bro. That fuck.
listen. I will say this though, Julius. The word welfare recipient, that's not really a pejorative. There's a lot of people that are proud to be one, but don't act like a dick.
I mean, nah, cause look, man, I came up on the stamps. I was a kid.
Yeah,
My grandma's had the stamps, but when I became old enough to make my own money,
yeah.
you graduate.
Uh-huh.
So apparently it's all a conspiracy to keep Teofimo taking over. My man punched down bad with these wild stories. If it was a takeover, the Miami fight would have sold out fast. Look, man, let's get to some boxing. My man Drew is in the building. Shout out to Drew. Appreciate the super chat. Look, man, in a nutshell, Teofimo's ego is out of control. For starters, let's address the catchweight. I'm gonna start with Chris. Chris, when you heard that Lopez wants a catchweight for Taylor, what was the first thing that you thought?
That's complete bullshit. Why? If you undisputed champ, why the fuck you have to fight on catchweight?
Same shit I thought. I'm gonna take it to Virtuoso. When you heard that shit, what was the first thing that you thought?
My thing is, it's like, what is the difficulty of you making the full weight of 140? Or is it that he's afraid that Josh might hydrate to a higher, weight total than he does, starting at that point? So he decided to bring
Yeah,
it
Pernell would
down.
have could care if your virtuoso. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pernell would have couldn't care if niggas rehydrated any type of weight. You know why? Pernell had the skills
Yeah.
to beat anybody he really faced. So
Hmm.
what's good with these young niggas, man?
Yo,
I
look,
really
look,
don't
look,
know.
look, look, look. The IBF has a rule that for a unification match, any match involving more than one alphabet title, there's no cap on the rehydration. So you could come in how you want to come in, right? I think that's what he's afraid of, to Virtuoso's point. That, yeah, it's a 140-pound title fight, but Josh is not a little 140-pounder. He's a big 140-pound. And I always thought this, like, yo, dog, you saying that shit and you talking
Well,
that
my
shit,
nigga, don't fight him then, though.
but
I
look,
mean,
What's
look,
the,
he put that
th-
shit on himself. He put it on himself. You
the
didn't.
thing is, though, Josh Taylor is, like you said in your last video you put out, he hasn't really reciprocated that offer. and he's kind of more built like as a welterweight, and he might want to fight Crawford, after Porter. Who knows?
He might want to stick it to him and stick around because if Josh Taylor has the same kind of temperance that I have because of all that shit that he said, I would stick around for 2 fights. Like, yo, you realize that I don't have to do shit you say. You know that, right? I don't have to do nothing that you say. You saying catch weight, right? For you to be a champion here, you got to go through me, all right? I don't got to fucking acquiesce to. Who the fuck are you? You got to go through me if you want a belt. And it ain't going to be at 137, 130. What the fuck are you talking about? And when the fuck did I say that I want to fight?
Oh, shit.
My shit is wilding. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I
Oh
got you. You froze for a
no!
bit.
What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
You good?
I. Pull check said I heard T.O. ain't confident to take that fight, bro. If you've been watching the videos, I said that I don't think he confident about that fight. And it's not. Look, I'm not revising history, but your best win is a guy that's debuted as a fucking featherweight. You know what I mean? Like that is your best win. That's the biggest testament to your eliticism. Is a
And
naturally
it's shop
smaller
one.
fighter.
And what's kind of shop one too.
I ain't even go. Nah, we ain't gonna do it, Chris. We ain't gonna do it. Let's call it a W to be fair. Let's say it's a W. It's a W. But if we just stick to that, regardless of the side shit and the anecdotes, your biggest win is a little dude. This dude ain't no motherfucking little dude. All that shit that you did that might have made Lomachenko squirrely, that ain't gonna work on him. You gonna have to go in there and get it with him because he got a dog in him. He a dog. He not ain't gonna be no
Yeah.
finesse fight. He gonna do you like
I
he
don't
did
know. I
for
don't know.
Aquarius. Go
Damn, man.
Virtuoso.
I'm already picturing how that fight is gonna play out, man. And I'm like, it's kind of iffy how the fight goes for him, on the inside, because like Josh Taylor is a really tough inside fighter, man. He really does turn his punches over,
And he
with these
loves the
hooks and the
inside.
uppercut.
He
Yes,
loved the
yes,
inside. Like he tall enough that he could box from the outside, but he don't want it.
yeah.
He wanted to be a fight.
Nah, that dude want to go hard in the paint, man, with this dude. And I don't know if Teofimo could really get, could stand the heat there.
Listen,
Who knows, man?
he fought fucking Prograrius on the inside. That told me everything I needed to know.
Yeah,
Prograrius hit like a Mack truck, and he
yeah. He
fucking
don't care
fought
about his
him.
chin, and he'll just go out there here for leather.
Fucking hematoma and all of that. Remember, he got a hematoma. Josh Taylor got a hematoma in that fight, so he's taking licks. He's taking
Oh
licks,
yeah.
but he ain't let off. He ain't take his foot off the gas. Drew said T.O. getting bad advice. If that Miami fight date had sold, they wouldn't have moved the date. Latino fans who he's targeting are, yeah. We the ones that's calling him a diva. We the ones that's calling because that's not what we thought that he was, and that's what you showing us. Look, catch weights. First, I want to ask Virtuoso and Chris. What do you guys feel about catch weights? Because it's not like they're uncommon. There have been catch weights. Cotto used them. Canelo used them. Floyd used them. Manny used them. Virtuoso, what do you think about catch weights?
Um, I used to think of him like as just a tool to get to try to lessen the advantages of an opponent, but like if it doesn't affect your performance, if you're up to your optimal effects of on fight night, I don't see what the problem is. I don't know what the controversy is. I don't hear much fighters complaining about it except the fans. So it is
Mm.
what it is.
Okay, Chris, catch weights. What's your thoughts on catch weights?
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't really fuck with catch weights like that.
I dig it. I dig it. This is all right. Now I'm gonna
Here's
tell you.
why.
I'm gonna. Oh,
Because
you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
because certain people get certain advantages off of it, and certain people get the short end of the stick. But if you sign the contract for a catch weight, that's on you. But I don't like catch weights as a whole
I agree.
because ultimately, like say for example, if Canelo would have beat Floyd, Floyd could have said, "Oh, we fought out of catch weight," stuff like that. It gives a an out, so to so to speak. Like if you fight someone at 160 or 68, bang on the weight, not a pound more, not a pound less, and you lost legitimately.
Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna say this about catchweights. I agree with Chris when he says, "Look, if you agreed to that shit after the fight, it just is what it is after the fight." But in general, this is one I don't mind catchweights. If you notice, Super Kodo weight, right, for the Gale fight, and Super Kodo weight for the Martinez fight, bro. Kodo was already a champion at 140. He was already a champion at welter, and he was already a champion at junior middle. That's saying that he was a multi-weight champion already before he even used them catch weights and fought them guys. The same applies to Manny. The same applies to Floyd, to Canelo to a certain extent. But basically, it's saying that it ain't like they was using catch weights out the gate. You feel me? Like Floyd had already moved up more than once before he used the catch weight. Manny, same thing. Cotto, same thing. Now, Tio, you're not a multi-weight champion yet. You never held the belt nowhere aside from lightweight, and you already talking about some catch weights. You 16-0 talking about catch weights. Why? Like, come, like, nah, you wildin'. You said you would feel stronger, sharper, faster, and more hydrated at 140. So while we sitting here talking about some 137, it just
Yeah.
it looked like you trying to weaken that man, is what I see. You trying to weaken, and the other thing is you can't, because if you want to win a belt here, you got to go through him. He don't got to go through you. You have to go through him.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think he has that kind of juice in top rank to be doing that. I mean, I think it's
I
like
think he
when you
does
look
either.
at the the landscape of the promotion, it's like it's very democratic. Not everybody. Well, Crawford, yeah, he's like the highest paid talent there, but you don't see that many fighters doing stuff like that.
No, I mean,
Uh,
think about it, bro. Think about it. Floyd, Manny, all the guys that they went through before the word catch weight was even used. Just think about the body of work that it was before there even was a catch weight. Now let me take it to Leo. Okay, Leo, let's start it off with the first question. Catch weights. Where do you stand when it comes to catch weights?
Look, catch weights for me is about the money.
Hmm.
You pay those guys to lose a couple of pounds and get some kind of advantage, but you have to pay them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Got to pay this guy. How is his called?
Daniel Gill or
Daniel Gill
Martinez. Daniel Gill y
Martinez.
Martinez, es verdad,
Yeah,
es verdad.
yeah. Those guys they weren't making that kind of money if it wasn't for Cotto.
That's
So
true.
yeah, yeah. You want that payday? Lose a couple pounds. You're
That's
gonna
true.
offer Josh Taylor that? Josh Taylor. He can be doing some fights in England, maybe a pay-per-view. I think he's gonna make more money than your fucking Cambosos fight. So at the end of the day, it's about leverage.
Pero
You have
déjame decirte esto, Leo. Bueno, déjame preguntarte esto. Okay. Teofimo López, does he have the juice? De que como que él está actuando como que él es, ¿me entiende? That you this Cambosos fight, the tickets wasn't flying for that fight. Why? Because you're not a draw yet. So you're not even at the point to where, oh yeah, we need to start talking about catch weights. Like, bro, you literally in the same place as him. The difference between you and him is he has transatlantic broadcast partners and you don't. You don't. He could fight on Sky. He could fight on ESPN. You don't fight in England. You said that. You don't want to travel. You say you don't want to travel. He said that before he said anything about the catch weight. So you don't want to travel and you want to catch weight. Bro, who do you think you are?
at this point
Teofimo
the guy.
Lopez.
At this point, Tio is the guy who beat Loma 1 year ago. Nothing more.
Y ya, y
If
ya.
that is not enough to make a undisputed challenge with an upside, with options, because Josh Taylor have options. He can move up. He can stay there. Who knows? He can defend mandatories till he gets four. So what you gonna offer him? You can't even sell that fucking pay-per-view of $6 million. They're trying to. You can break even that. What are you going to offer him to make that
Nada.
catch weight?
Nada.
Nothing.
Fucking nada. Por
Oh
eso que él está
man.
hablando esa mierda de que no, let's fight for my lightweight. Bro, when the fuck did Josh Taylor say he wants to fight for your lightweight titles? When? Now,
Oh man, it's all God's plan.
I gotta take it to battle. Battle, first off, catch weights. Where do you stand on catch weights?
Um, well, honestly, I don't think there's as big a problem of it as people make it out to be. It's part of boxing. Honestly, it's just some people that just feel they don't want to deal with the BS of people coming in way heavier than what it actually is. They don't want to deal with the how do I put it? People ballooning up in weight on fight night. You remember the Joey Gamache, the
Yeah.
Arthur Gotti situation? It happens sometimes,
Yeah, and
but
they did look like they were in two different weight classes the night of the fight.
yeah, like because like it wasn't like Arturo Gotti lied, or in a sense the commission lied when Arturo Gotti got on the scale. He did weigh in at 147, but he gained 20 pounds overnight. So
So when you heard that Teofimo Lopez wanted a catch weight for the Taylor fight, what was your reaction to that news?
I was kind of like just move up, because Josh Taylor said he was going to move up, so it doesn't seem like he was going to be able to make the weight.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, honestly, he's been saying he's going to move up for like honestly like a year now.
Over a year, bro. Over a year.
So yeah, so like it just I don't know. Maybe on my end it doesn't seem fair.
Now, I'll say this much, and I think Leo said it the best because he brought up a very valid point. A lot of these guys that have used catch weights were cash cows. They were. So the incentive was there for the other fighter to even entertain the catch weight. There's no incentive for Josh to acquiesce 2 or 3 pounds to Lopez. Like for what? So I could win lightweight titles, bro. When the fuck did I say I want to be a lightweight champion? When? Like not. It's wild out here.
Julius, let's not forget about this guy, the champion in the light heavyweight division. How is it called? The other champion? About the better view?
Artur better beef. Artur better beef.
No, the other guy.
Bevo. Bevo.
Bevo was like, okay, when we're talking about Canelo, when will we do this fight? In my way, on your way? Tell me why? Because Canelo is gonna offer millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Bevo maybe is making 800K per fight. It's not a $1 million fighter, so he's already ready to jump to a weight class below him to get that payday.
Mm-hmm.
That's the incentive.
The cash. Whereas Lopez, and look, I don't like because I saw and shout out to Punch. Punch is a good guy. But Punch posted a tweet and he was like that people was attacking Lopez and hate. And look, it's not hate, bro. He's wilding. He's wilding. Like, nah, you wilding, bro. If your name value was not enough to move tickets for the Cambosos fight, what incentive is there for you to put someone in that or even offer up that situation to where there has to be a catch weight? Why does there have to be a catch weight?
It's like this. You don't have enough cachet, cultural cachet as it is in the Latino community. And at the same time, you haven't fought enough big names to flex those muscles, those institutional muscles. Like, yeah, I want that guy to go down to my weight class and even drop a couple pounds to fight me, so I can keep my belts, whatever. But you haven't done that already. So
Exactly.
what do you have to do
Simple,
exactly?
simply virtuoso is this. Teofimo
Oh,
Mic going in and
Chris.
out, Chris. Your mic going in and out.
Oh, we'll get back to Chris. Leo, what's your thoughts on this, man?
I
About
mean,
what?
I mean, what do you think that Teofimo has to do to really like what other names out there that he could face that I could that that could get him that put him
Okay,
over the top at
okay.
140.
If he's above the
If
card,
if,
so
if
you
Josh
have to
Taylor if
fight.
Josh Taylor doesn't want to fight him, right? Who does he go after?
Fight. It doesn't. Theo
Barbosa.
has Theo
Barbosa.
has the advantage that is a
Uh huh.
exciting fighter that gets chaos. So you fight two big
Mira,
fights per year. You have
él tiene
high
que
level.
pelear con Barbosa, te lo voy a decir. Él tiene que pelear con Barbosa en el 140 porque ya se sabe, Devin Haney, that's not going to happen. Javante Davis isn't going to happen. Ryan Garcia is not going to happen. Pero Barbosa, he's your stablemate. He's highly ranked with one of the alphabets. And Mark, he said it the best. I believe it's by way of the WBO. After Jack Catterall, it's Barbosa. Now, because Teofimo is the WBO super champion, he could move up, impose his status as a mandatory to fight for a vacant title. Where he fucked up is he started talking about Josh. You never had to talk about Josh, bro. I never thought that was a realistic fight because Teo is little. You too little for that guy. I don't even know if you can handle Regis, much less Josh. Ask yourself a question and be real, Leo. Regis Prograrius con Teofimo Lopez. How do you see that fight?
I see Prograrius breaking his face after the 10.
No, la verdad. Fucking virtuoso. How do you see Regis Prograrius versus Teofimo Lopez at 140 pounds? How do you just see that fight for Teofimo?
Dude, it's gonna be a bloodbath, man. I don't know, man.
I don't
I
think.
I I, I,
I mean, I don't expect it to happen because it's too fucking risky. Regis is
yeah, it
risky.
is. I mean, I was thinking more of like Jose Ramirez. That dude, he been knocked down. I think Teofimo can actually can really put a hurting on him, and he's a guy that like fights at mid range and like he does it too. But I favor Teo in that fight because he's more of a counter puncher, and I think he could offset his timing. You know, but and it's in house. Also, you get Mexican fans, you get Honduran fans, which is a smaller set of fans, but like it really generates a lot of interest. But Josh Taylor, that's something that's like across the pond. That dude probably wants to like build, really build his fan base there in Scotland, in
It's
Edinburgh, or London. You know?
it's a
because he
look.
deserves that too.
Yes.
Yep.
Let me read the super chat. Drew says, shout out to Drew. The funny and sad thing is, all these YouTube channels picking a side or a fighter are nothing but grifters. They are not fans of the sport. I agree with that 100%. Because, and I have to remind people of this all the time that this is a boxing channel. We, right? Me, you, Virtuoso, Leo, Chris, we boxing fans, bro. I'm not here to run interference for no fighter. I'm not here to to spin it or no. I can only tell you what I think based on the parameters of boxing. I am not here to run interference for no fighter
Mm.
whatsoever. So if you fucking up, you fucking up. It's you fucking up, bro. Fucking up.
And Julius, you
Good.
are a reputable. You're a reputable news source now. If you really want to keep it a buck, so you can't do that because people are going to look at you like, oh, it's not objective news. So you're one of the few objective people on YouTube. So you can't even do that. That's not even in your job description. But like I was saying, like you were saying, Regis Prograde versus Teofimo Lopez. You remember that scene in Too Deep when Frisco was on the pool table?
Say it again because your mic sound a little muffled.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my mic, but you remember that?
It could be my speakers because I don't even got my headphones right now. It could be my speakers. Just move away from the mic a little bit. Give it a little bit of room so it could clear out. Tio versus whoever he's been held up. This guy had a race bait and fans running. What the fuck happened to Loma? Loma gonna fight on Loma gonna fight in December. That's what's gonna happen with he about to fight Richard Comey in December. He already got all his shit ironed out. They already know who he gonna fight. Drew says Jules has been offered payola and says no. If Jules could ask real questions, boxers and handlers would not give him credentials. Facts. Facts. That's why you're not gonna see me playing that game. I told people many
Yeah, man.
Hold up.
I can tell when. Sorry, go ahead.
I told people many times that I'm not interested in interviewing fighters. Like I'm not interested in that because the way things are now, if you rely on that getting interviews, right? You gotta play nice. You gotta ask user-friendly questions. And I'm like, bro, I don't even need to do that. We already got the people answering, finding out the different shit. I'm just reacting to it at this point and telling you what I think. But as far as interviews, not kill that shit because look at what motherfuckers gotta do to get an interview. Look at what motherfuckers gotta do. Like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to do that. Like, I could just shoot the shit.
I could tell the difference between like real journalism and access journalism. Like, you have to like really play nice. You really have to, vacillate the relationship. That way you don't hit any rocky spots. Like, there's always a pre-interview before the real interview. Trying to hash out what questions I have to ask you. There's the phone call and then the YouTube stream.
Yeah, like
you're dealing with fragile egos and you're dealing with people who just dead ass. They soft mentally. Just don't get it fucked up. Just because
you know why I don't knock them, Chris? Chris, you know why I don't knock them? It's because the dynamic changed. When boxing was a mainstream sport, you had major outlets covering the sport. So the guy that asked the question is getting paid by the major outlet. So he don't got to worry about, if I ask a question, I might not get an interview or I might not get paid because they getting paid by the network and the major outlet or the newscaster or whatever. They not worried about, if I ask them a question, then they gonna freeze me out. It was different. The way it is now, if you ask questions that motherfuckers don't like, they ain't gonna talk to you. They gonna freeze you out. They not gonna give you credentials and I don't like his line of questioning. Nah, I'm good. And that's how it is now because the guys that's covering it now is mostly freelancers. It ain't like it's motherfuckers from Fox or motherfuckers from. It's not always a motherfucker from ESPN or a motherfucker from a major news network. So where I could ask you this, and I don't gotta worry about my bread. The way it is now, motherfuckers that do interviews, yeah, they gotta worry about their bread. That's why I don't knock them because I know you gotta play the game. I ain't gonna get mad at you. But I ain't about to kiss no ass just for no interview, neither. I'm not. Like, I'm not a member of your team. I'm not. What I am is a paying customer. That's what I am. I'm not a member of your team. I'm not with your street team. I'm not your publicist. I do not run interference for you. I give, at most, what I could say that what we do here, all of us, is give product reviews because we're the consumers. We buy the fights. We pay the monthly subscriptions. What we talking about is basically, do we like what we're getting for our money? That's what we talking about.
Well, yeah, think about it like this. You interview women fighters and they answer every question you say. Even if they may not like it, they still answer the question. So what's good with the male boxers not answering real questions? They're not men, bro. A lot of them dudes is cornballs. We got to keep it a buck. I'm a paid consumer, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you. You right though. Like I ain't gonna hold you right. Like and look, the only reason I did that, and I said that many times, is because I saw that they not getting no coverage with the other people. Like it'll be rare you see a female champion or a female fighter doing something on a Fight Hype or a Fight Hub or just like the major boxing news outlets. Like it would be rare that you would see them. So I'm like, you know what? I got a little bit of subscribers. Maybe I can interview a couple of fighters here and then. But I always said, like, yo, dog, like interviews was never my thing. Like I just did that because people wanted me to do it. They ask me like, yo, can you do this, da da da, and yeah, and I'll still do it if motherfuckers want me to do it. But just remember, that's not my thing. My thing is editing. That's my thing. I like editing. That's the only reason I even did it, because I was already editing as a hobby. It was already my hobby. That's the only reason I got into this shit. Other than that, yeah, I'll do the occasional odd interview if the opportunity presents itself. But doing interviews, nah, look at the racket, bro. You gotta play nice. You gotta kiss ass. You gotta be like an honorary. You like a goddamn mascot these days. Like a lot of cats is looking like mascot. Like, nah, I ain't about to do that. Come on now, wildin'. I ain't
There's
about to
just
do
not
that.
enough. That Julius in boxing. Well, when it comes to boxing media, there's just not enough Harold Cosell's or just Larry Merchants that really
I
Bro,
grow
hear
there's
you.
some.
not a lot of Juliuses. Let's really keep it a buck. Like we don't
Yeah,
have people like him outside like that. Like they're the reason why boxing beats and rhymes, Hatman, Julius, Boxing Wave, Unrivaled. They're the reason why people watch their shit.
I
Like
appreciate that.
bro,
Like you ain't even had to say that. I appreciate that, but I think it's
bro, because I'm
because
not a dick riding nigga. I'm a real nigga. You know that. Like I only fuck with real niggas. I don't fuck with that clown
look,
shit.
this is what I'm gonna say, and I don't like talking about myself. Like, not really. All I'm gonna say is I don't think it's a lot of people that have a standard. A lot of shit that's going on right now, especially with this social media shit, when motherfuckers realize they can make a couple of racks every month, they do a lot of wild ass shit. They're like, bro, I would not let myself do that. Just for that, I would not even let myself do that. And a lot of the shit that goes on, like, look, the cat we was just talking about that's faking the funk, the predicate felon. Bro, who you doing all that for? Social media. Like, all that for social media? You don't got a spirit in here, a soul that tell you, nah, that's corny. You don't got a soul that tell you, nah, that's lame. We not doing that. That's corny. We not doing that. You know what I mean? If different people build different, there's certain shit, nah, I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I can't, like, nah, I can't be kiss ass. And I'm not knocking the people that do what they gotta do for their bread. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy. Like, I'm not knocking you. I'm just telling you that I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm not a member of your street
He
team,
get
bro.
no pussy, bro. The nigga get
Nah, cause I don't even. Cause look. Like, for example, I saw how Radio Raheem got abused, right? Like, he asked Wilder a question, and you chose to pigeonhole that man, and that always bothered me. Like, your dog, he's asking you a question because he's a reporter, even if he knows what was said. He
perfect
still has to ask it in the form of a question, and you chose to belittle.
said. Deontay Wilder. Come on, you don't have to expound anymore. Please.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
like
Julius, this it
that
is
shit.
what
Yo,
it
look.
is.
That shit, I didn't like. I really didn't like that shit because it's like, yo, you really chose. You got a lot of people that you could talk to like that. You chose to talk to that dude like that, and he has to ask you the shit in the form of a question because he's a reporter. All you had to do was explain yourself. Nah, you chose to be theatrical, and then he had to, like. I can't imagine what it must have been like for the dude after that. People coming up to him, keying probably and shit. Like, bro, like I can't, it couldn't, nah, not me, bro. Nah, I'm cool. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Like, nah, we good, bro. We good. I don't want to do that. Fuck that bullshit.
Look, the actual networks even change. I remember that guy. How is this guy called? The guy with he was with Jim Lampley, the old guy,
Oh,
Larry Merchant.
giving him
Larry
Larry
Merchant, Larry
Merchant.
Merchant.
Larry Merchant giving Floyd shit for nothing, but like it was that balance. Teddy Atlas saying for like 10 years why they ain't shit, why there is fighting bombs, tomato cans, and those guys they're gone. They're
They
gone.
are, they
They
are.
are they are nobody really asking the real question or saying the truth how they see it.
Well, the thing is that they started using the pundits as another arm of the promotion. That's the main thing, that the pundits now are just another arm of the promotion, whereas before the pundits were supposed to keep things on the even narrow. They were supposed to be the compass of, nah, this is some bullshit, and we gonna tell you why. Now the pundits, a good, not all of them either, not all of them, but a good number of them are just another arm of promotion. So it's not even like trying to ask the hard questions. Because look, Wilder right now, he's still talking that cheating shit, and it's like, yo, enough people is not asking him real hard questions. Like, bro, if he cheated, this boxing match would not go on. He would be in
That's
jail right now for felony assault because you saying he hit you with a metal object. You saying that
right.
you got drugged, that's another felony right there. That's another
Hmm.
felony. If you got drugged, where's the proof? If you got drugged, because the
I
shit you saying.
wonder.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, because he had a virtual like press conference
I
today, and
see
I
that
was
shit.
yeah. Did anyone ask him that type of question, follow ups about what he's about to those accusations?
They touched on it. Like, look, they touched on it. I ain't gonna lie to you and say they didn't touch on it, but not the way you need to for what you saying, because what you saying is some shit that would get a motherfucker locked up. The shit you saying. If you saying that somebody spiked your water before a professional boxing match, that's fucking bordering on a homo case. That's bordering on premeditated murder if you slipped a drug into my drink before I'm about to go in here and punch this man and he about to punch me. Somebody got to
Let
go
me
to
tell you
jail.
something, Julius. If Deontay Wilder was fighting in the 90s, he would have got mentally chewed. He would have got, he would have, oh my God, it would have been ugly.
Bro, they would have nailed him to the cross for the shit he's saying. Because the shit you saying, remember, the costume shit wasn't made up. There's audio of him saying that shit from Yahoo Sports, Kevin Ioli. There's literally audio of him saying that shit. And motherfuckers don't like to talk about it. And I'm like, look, I'm tired of posting the same shit. Because I done did 3 videos with the motherfucking audio that, yo, that shit literally came from him. He's the one who said the costume. Nobody put no words in his mouth. He said that shit.
So if he loses to Fury again, he cheated again?
I don't even know, B. At this point, I'm expecting Wilder to win, low key, just because I know this is boxing and we can't have nice things. Just because I know this is, like, it'll be, look, the only good thing, because I don't give a fuck if Fury win, and I don't give a fuck if Wilder win. But the silver lining if Fury win is that the Wilder fans that had to go chill and sit in the corner, like, see, you see, he beat him
That's the
again.
silver lining I want, bro. Like, I may not like Tyson Fury like I once did, but at least I know he's the more skillful athlete. And if he does become undisputed, his skills got him there. Fuck what you feel about him. His skills got him there. If Deontay Wilder finds a way to be undisputed, you know how tight I'll be. I'll be so mad, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. Because I'm a fair person. If Wilder, if let's say Wilder went on Saturday, right, and he decide, yeah, I'm gonna fight Usyk, and he smoked Usyk, I'm gonna give him his props. Cause I really didn't think you was even gonna fucking fight him. I didn't think you wanted to be undisputed.
But how so? How can I give you your props if your resume is really abysmal, bro? You waited for people to lose. You waited for the landscape to be as safe as possible. Am I going to give Deontay Wilder props if he pulls off the improbable undisputed? Yes, I'm going to be forced to because as a man, anyone who becomes undisputed in any way, especially heavyweight, you got to give him his props. But bro, that would be the cheapest way to win the undisputed.
It would,
I don't know.
you got it. Like, Leo, would you give him his props? Vamos a decir que él gana sábado y después él pelea con Usyk el año que viene. Would you give him his props if he go undisputed?
Look, I give him. I will not give him props for beating Fury. I will not. Despite all this conspiracy shit, all the things we were talking about months and months, for me, Fury is too unstable to be even call it a champion. But Usyk is a different story. For me, what I saw in the AJ fight, I saw AJ outboxed by now 9 rounds. That's what I saw. I didn't think I that Saturday was going to solve that, but that's what I had. That is what it happened. Now, if Wilder goes there and wins against Usyk, yeah, I will give him the props he deserves.
I'll say this. just because he goes undisputed, right? Even in the four belt era where you have to go through, four different alphabets, all that shit, I would give him his props, but there's a misunderstanding here. Like, you're not an all-time great because of that. Because people gonna look at the first 7 years of your professional career, and even after that, they're gonna see that it's not a lot there. If you encapsulate the resume, this is a 13-year resume, close to 14-year resume, right? You will have only fought three solid fighters in 13 years, B. Look at Ali resume. Look at Foreman resume. Look at Frazier resume. Mike, he fought damn near everybody that was in the top 10 when he was fighting. They always like to say Mike never fought nobody, and that's a load of bullshit. 8 out of the 10 guys in the top 10 was guys that he fought.
He was. They were comparing Mike to basically people Ali and
Okay, I saw a post on IG, a comment saying Wilder fought the best heavyweight fighter on Fury, the best heavyweight fighter in a
they
generation.
get on Mike Tyson's case.
For me, it's like, okay, Tyson Fury is a very good fighter. He is the best heavyweight of this generation. No, absolutely not. Because to be the best fighter in a generation, you have to fight most of the guys in your generation.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
Tyson Fury didn't do that to this day. He
That's
fought
true.
Ali
Chisora.
did it. Floyd did it. Sugar Ray Leonard did it. Tyson Fury hasn't done it.
I agree
Yeah.
with that, though. I do agree with that. I don't want to seem like I'm overly critical of Fury, but to say that he proved that he's head and shoulders above everybody, no, he didn't, because he didn't fight everybody. He didn't fight most of the people that was out there, and he's been around almost as long as Wilder, if not as long as Wilder. Tyson Fury been around for at least 13 years, but he didn't fight most of who was out there. You fought Klitschko, Chisora, and Wilder. You didn't fight everybody. You didn't fight Chigev. You didn't fight Ustinov. And before it became what it is today, before you was pulling out of fights, the Americans don't know that, but the Brits do, that you was pulling out of fights. Here in the postmodern era, you haven't fought the Parkers, the Whites. You haven't fought the Pavekins, and now he's fucking retired. Are you gonna fight the Hergovics? When they asked you about Usyk, what you said? No. Let's see if the answer changed, because Fury always changing his answer about some shit. Let's see if he more open to fighting Usyk if he beat Wilder on Saturday. But to Leo's point, I do agree that for you to say that you was the best one among them, your resume don't look like Floyd's. Who did like you could only pull out maybe one or two guys that Floyd didn't fight. Everybody else he fought.
Yeah.
Manny, same shit. You can look at me like who didn't he fight? Win or lose, but who didn't he fight? Look at Tim Bradley resume. Who didn't he fight? He only lost to Manny. Motherfucking and we could do this with Leonard. We could do it with Duran. We could do it with Hagler. We could do it with all them guys that's in that conversation. We could do it and look at their resume like, yo, you fought everybody that was there. You did fight every win or lose, but you did fight everybody that was. And then the other shit is when you fought Fury the first time, motherfuckers didn't even know if he was one of the best. Why? Because he had just came back. He fought in 2 fucking exhibition matches, 2 sparring sessions, and then he fought you. How we know? Like y'all just been locked with each other after that, really? Wilder fought Ortiz again. Why? Why not White? Or just somebody else. Nah, let me fight the dude I knocked out already.
It's like they're just quickly showing their limitations. Fighting the same guy. It's like I don't see much progression. Like people want to see fans of the sport. Like even though there's a casual element to it, or people want to see stories, they want to see arc. They want to see some changes. Like where is your talent taking you? If you go back to the
Okay,
same source, like what that yeah, it's not gonna create any buzz. Like you're just doing the same shit.
okay, okay. For me, it's okay if you fight the same guy once or twice. But this thing about Wilder and Fury is taking too fucking long. Too long.
It is.
Like you need to fight. Yeah, you okay? You're gonna fight Wilder, Fury versus Wilder. 6 months ago. Now we have maybe Wilder against another contender. Fury bouncing back. If he win, if he lose, keep the train going. Like Theo, 1 year without fighting. How this
Right?
guy expect to be great being so inactive? Why?
Listen,
How?
Steve Kim said it on Twitter, and I'm glad that he brought it up because only us older guys will remember that Oscar was a busy fighter. He fought fucking 4 or 5 times in 1997. 4 or 5 times. Nonito fought like, was it 3 or 4 times in 2012? You know what I mean? You guys want to get paid like y'all, and y'all not even as big. Like in 1997, yeah, Oscar was big, bro. And that motherfucker fought 5 times that year. And he was big, like he was bigger then than you are now. Y'all be using like your marquee value and all of that to be like, oh, well, I don't gotta fight that. Yo, you're not even really big like that though. So nah, that's not a good reason. It's not a good reason. They not active enough. T.O. has literally spent, he done pissed away a year chasing $1 or $2 million. It's well, like it's well.
I'm just speechless, like how this fucking thing just fell apart. Like just one simple title defense after just getting beat, getting that big name on your resume, that scalp, whatever you want to call it. You decide to do diva shit, and now the fans are mad at you because you played around, you fucked around, and you found out. You know, if Fury loses to Wilder, I have no love lost for this shit. I don't care who the hell wins that fight. I have no interest in because I'm gonna be falling asleep because I got work to do in the AM. I'm gonna get paid 25 an hour, so I don't
Man,
give
I'm
a shit
about
about your fight. Yeah, you ain't paying me to watch that bullshit, so I'm
everybody
gonna do
say
me.
hi to Tim Bradley. Tim is in the building. Tim, here's a link in case you want to join in the conversation. We're just
Yo, Tim,
shout out to Tim
Okay.
Bradley. I said it before, I say it again. For those that don't believe me, revise Tim Bradley's resume, and I defy you to tell me who didn't he fight. He fought everybody. He fought
Tim Bradley,
everybody
Hall of
that was there
Famer.
to fight at the time. The only guy he didn't fight was Floyd. That's it. Other than that, he fought everybody. J Mac was good, man.
Yo, what's up?
Chilling, man. So, you got this Teofimo Lopez situation, which we talking about. You know what I mean? The year that he lost, chasing a little bit more bread. What are your thoughts on that situation, Jay?
Okay, so you said lost chasing the limo bread. All right, I gotta start in the beginning. I definitely was with him after he got the win. Um, I support him knowing that he didn't fight Devin Haney, which I wanted to fight next. But the idea of that money, I was glad that he got it. Now that it came and gone, and they pretty much don't want to do. I guess they don't want to support the fight because I think they feel like the numbers won't do
Mm-hmm.
or it's not worth it. Uh, it's kind of unfortunate in his situation, and he might need to look elsewhere. I don't know if it's going to take something legally being done, or they just can drop the fight. But I mean, I don't know what to say with the situation. But it's time for Tia to stop chasing the dream and just get back in the ring.
I'm gonna say this, Jay. I'm gonna just try to recap my thoughts on all of it from the beginning. The reason I always thought it was a bad move, one, is because you creating a wave, right? Remember that even if it goes to a purse bid and somebody bids on the fight and you have a one-off on a different platform, you still under contract with Top Rank and you driving a wedge between yourself and your own people. You making waves. That's the first thing I thought that like, yo, that's not really good because when you done with that, you gonna get back over there. It's gonna be hard feelings. Two, I didn't trust Ryan Kavanaugh and I didn't trust Triller Because I was looking at him and I'm like, yo, who in their right mind pay $6 million for that fight? The only way you're going to get that six back is if you make it a pay-per-view. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. That shit ain't no pay-per-view. We just saw the fucking Lomachenko fight on regular ESPN. Ain't no motherfucking way you could justify putting that on pay-per-view. People not going to buy it. So I'm like, yo, do these people really got this money? And then I start looking little by little that Mike, he did the Roy Jones Jr. exhibition, but then he said he not fucking with them no more. He's like, nah, I'm not messing with them no more after that because supposedly he didn't get his money on time. I see that Jake Paul jump ship, that he decided to go to Showtime. I'm like, yo, if it was sweet over there, he would have stayed over there. But he didn't. He went to Showtime. So I'm like, I'm looking at it and I start thinking like, yo, you know what? This is gonna go bad. This is gonna go bad. And it honestly, I think it did go bad because it's a year later. We in October. Remember, he fought Lomachenko in October of last year.
Right.
We in October of this year. You still ain't take care of this mandatory because you was messing around with them people. And now what they want to do is they want to wash their hands of it and let it go to somebody. Now, I heard this and that already, little inside intel about what might happen. And I ain't going to say nothing because I don't want to give away nothing. But hopefully Matchroom gets the fight. And if Matchroom gets the fight, we maybe get it in November or December. Maybe, right?
All right. Well, let me ask you a question. Legally, can they just drop a fight like that?
No.
No, they get two.
No.
Okay, so I'm curious to see how that's gonna work itself out because it sounds like they didn't put their foot in their mouth, and now they like, of course, they're trying to get rid of it, but they went for a purse bid behind that, so they gotta have some type of legal obligation in it.
Now, this is what happens with that, Jay. I know you. I don't know if you noticed. In order for them to enter the purse bid, right, just to be able to bid on a fight, they had to make a deposit of $1.5 million, and the way it's looking is, yo, y'all about to lose your deposit. That's what's happening because you couldn't deliver this fight on a deadline. Since you couldn't do that 1.5 mil deposit, you about to lose that. They trying to scam their way to not lose that 1.5. They trying to like come up with all these little reasons and all this stupid. And it don't look like it's gonna work. But that's what Triller trying to do. They trying to scam their way to get their money back. But it really don't look like they could do that because, look, dog, y'all had plenty of time to do this fight, regardless of your circumstances, right? These fighters haven't fought because of you. And the least you could do, this is what happens if they lose the deposit. The deposit goes to the fighters.
Oh, well, I think that should definitely sell it, but I think didn't they lose? They said they lost millions of dollars with promotion or
Yeah,
something.
but they lying. Look. It's a $6 million pot, right? That's what they put up to get that's what they were supposed to put up for the fighters, right? $6 million pot. They saying, which I know is a lie. They said they spent $8 million in promotion. Bro, the promotion for Wilder versus Fury 2 was $5.6 million. You telling me that you paid more to promote this fight than they paid to promote that fight between Top Rank and the PBC? No fucking way. No way. Y'all lying. And the reason they gassing it is because they want damages. They trying to take the IBF to court. They trying to take motherfucking Cambosos to court. They lying so they could get damages, like to try to intimidate them. Like, oh, well, we pay $8 million in promotion. You didn't pay $8 million in promotion, bro. You trying to convince the world that you paid $8 million to promote a $6 million fight.
I mean, Thriller's just gonna have to take it on the chin, man. They jumped in something without knowing everything they needed to know, and they paid the price and bite the bullet. So, I mean, I think they'll survive. They just need to take it on the chin. You know, I think they should pay them fighters that 1.5 and split that whatever it is for their time wasted. To be honest.
Well, that's. I mean, based on the protocol of a purse bid, basically, that's called default. If they default based on the protocol, that 1.5 that they put up is supposed to be divided between the fighters based on the agreed upon split, which is 60-40. So they don't want, Triller doesn't want that to happen. They want their money back. But the IBF's protocol is no, you were unable to deliver the fight on a deadline. So that money goes to the fighters. And I think, yes, it should go to the fighters because the damn fighters haven't fought in a year messing around with y'all. It's y'all fault. It's y'all fault.
So they pretty much was making them come up with excuses with COVID and all that stuff to just
Well,
push it on longer.
this the thing. This the thing, Jay. We don't know. It's like I could believe that the COVID thing was like I could believe, right? Because some people said that when he said he had COVID, he was in Italy with his wife, right? Some people believe that it's a lie. I don't know, but what I do know is Charles Conwell said Charles Conwell manager is the same manager that Teofimo has, right? Charles said, David McWater pulled me off of one card and told me to fake an injury so that I could fight on Lopez's card. And then I didn't get to make no money on Lopez's card because the goddamn fight didn't happen. So what's that letting you know is that David McWater fuck around. He told T.O. Fake COVID. So we get this shit moved. Why? Because you just told Charles Conwell to fake an injury. He said that you told him to do that. So fuck around, the COVID shit was a lie. Fuck around. You got one of your own fighters already blowing a whistle on you. He said you told him to fake an injury. So who says you didn't tell Teofimo to fake COVID?
Oh yeah, I don't think it take a rocket science to do this. I just think they're trying to save their ass, but they need to bow out and bow gracefully and just take their loss. They jumped into something they wasn't ready to do, and it fell out their lap. They need to take it to the chin and just move on.
They fucked
Let
around and
me
found out.
let me read this super chat. Wilder KO's Fury, Otto schools White, AJ loses rematch. Is British heavyweight boxing fucked? Here's my answer: no, because they have something we don't have, and that is something that we used to have that we really don't have right now, and it's that their boxing fans follow boxing at the grassroots level, the small club shows at York Hall. They follow their boxers all the way up. Whereas in the American boxing scene, what's happening now is unless it's on a major network, the fans really ain't watching. They not hip to a lot of the fighters. It's not like before where the Americans are really tuned into the Olympics to see who going to medal and who don't medal. Before we really used to watch that. You know what I mean? Now it's not really like that anymore. Too, we're not medaling in the Olympics as much as we used to. Like this past Olympics, we didn't get somebody that came home with the gold. Not in boxing. So it's different. That's why British boxing can survive even if Fury loses and Joshua loses and White loses. British boxing will survive because they still got Joe Joyce, they still got Daniel Dubois, they still got other kids that's coming through.
Yeah, Taylor.
So they'll be all right. Like
Holy.
believe it or not, they'll be okay. They'll be
I
all right.
think. Do you think Josh Taylor the biggest star over there right now?
A bigger star than who?
Is he the biggest star? Josh Taylor.
Than Loma?
No, you said British, right?
Well, I mean, he is, but he's Scottish. It break down a little different. You know what I mean? United
Wait,
Kingdom.
so hold on. He not from the UK?
No, he's from the UK, right? But it's different over there. Like he's a Scotsman. He's not like from England. He's a Scotsman, so it's kind of
Oh,
different. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
yeah.
he's a UK guy. Like to think of him as think of UK as an umbrella for that region. But he is Scotsman, though. Feel me? Like he is Scotsman. Like you can ask a Brit if Josh Taylor is a household name over there, and they'll tell you, nah, he not a household name. He ain't like a star. He ain't like he ain't got the buzz that Joshua got, for example. He ain't got the buzz that Fury got or something. Like he not there with it.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know the difference neither.
But because of the Top Rank deal, see, Top Rank very recently struck a deal with a major platform over there, Sky Sports, right? Because of that deal, that'll really push him now to them. Because if you notice, he been fighting on the road a lot. The World Boxing Super Series was on the road. The fight that he just had with Ramirez, that was here. That wasn't even over there. That was here. So now that they got that network partner over there in the UK, he probably don't even have to come over here no more. Now you could have fights that's closer to your fans, so you could grow them over there.
All right, well that makes sense. I didn't know that though. I always thought Josh from the UK. I mean, well,
No,
I
no, no.
know.
He is. He is. You're not wrong. He's from the UK, but he not like an England cat. Feel me? Like he
Yeah,
not like
United Kingdom, like it refers like it's like a group of countries. You see, you
exactly.
got England, you got Wales,
and
You got
Northern Ireland.
Scotland and Northern Ireland. See,
And
this
see,
group of countries.
look, the reason why I also didn't know this because it was never pointed out to me the difference. Because I used to tell the guys from the UK the best fight y'all got is Josh Taylor, but they would never tell me or correct me like saying he's Scottish or what have you. They just would claim him. So I always just assumed he was from the UK.
Yeah, because
No,
the
I mean,
UK,
no, I meant Great Britain.
yeah, because the UK guys, like the UK guys, that's not just the guys in like England, for example. The UK guys could be the guys in Scotland too. They could be some of the guys in Northern Ireland, not to be confused with the guys in Southern Ireland. They could be.
No, it's England guys. It's England guys because most time on the other chat we talk a lot of guys from England and what have you. So they didn't never explain the difference to me, so I didn't know.
Yeah, like most people don't realize, like you know what the British flag looked like, right? That it got that red cross with
Yeah,
the
Union
cross.
Jack.
That's a mixture of the Scottish flag with the English joint is really white and red. And when you take them and put them together, that's the Scottish one and the English one put together. Like most people don't be noticing that, like, yeah, those is two flags that they put together. It's like they flag the Scottish flag is really just white and blue with a white cross in the middle, and the most of the flag is blue. Then the English joint is a mostly plain joint with a red cross.
Yeah, St. George's Cross.
I got
Yeah.
you.
And then when you put them together, that's the United Kingdom.
I got it. So what's you guys? I don't know what y'all topics are. You guys think Tank Davis? What y'all think about Tank Davis and Josh Taylor?
I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen because Floyd will continue holding his hand. But like, why you don't think it's gonna happen?
I mean, because of the promote. Like, look, Leonard already said it, and Floyd. Floyd already said they only doing in-house fights. He said it, and Leonard after the Barrios fight, he said that he not he'll be back at 140. He said he'll come back to 140, but right now he's not gonna stay there. So that already, that already killed that. Like, that's not a fight that I even think about because I'm like, bro, that shit ain't gonna happen.
And that just it bothers me when Tank call out people that he don't plan on fighting. Because I call out all the fighters that's protected, and he just one of them. And he just be kind of like bumping his lips, but he don't plan on fighting nobody because Mayweather holds his hand and got him in protecting agency.
Yeah, like look, he came from divisions, right? The former fight told me everything I needed to know because, and I say it all the time here, they're like, yo, he could have dead ass won that fight. They offered him $7 million for that fight when Tevin still had the IBF. They offered him $7 million, one fight, no multi-fight, no commitment, just had that one fight on the zone. They didn't let him take the $7 million. He said that Al Heyman told him, nah, forget that. David said that. He's like, yo, I talked to Al. Al was like, nah, forget it, whatever. It's like, bro, that was a winnable fight. That could have been a unification match. And you came from divisions. When he beat Pedraza years ago, right? Fucking Jezreel Corrales had the WBA. He could have beat that guy. Never happened, though. But he could have beat that guy, been a unified champion. He could have beat that guy. Didn't happen. When you see that the winnable fights is not even happening, forget about a Josh Taylor fight, and they not gonna let him fight Haney, bro. Because I'm telling you, like, it's a reason they don't want to let nobody fight Haney. Talk that, he boring, whatever, bro. It's the reason they don't want to fight him. It's the reason Ryan and JoJo rather fight each other than fight him. It's the reason.
Don't get me going.
It's so funny, man.
I've been predicting that shit, bro. Like when the Haney first got ducked, I said this dude up next, man. The boxing kind of walking straight into where he can get away with it. Haney is no excuse. You can't say he's not a payday. You can't say he's not the best. You can't say he's not a champion. So it's like it's just flat out, I don't want to fight him, and them dudes get away with it.
I never seen two guys like. Remember when Ryan fought Luke? That was a final eliminator. Winner fights Devin. That was a final eliminator. Ryan go through his Mariah Carey moment. JoJo get the opportunity to fight Fortuna. Another final eliminator. Winner fights Devin Haney. Now here we are. All that shit done happened, and neither one of them two guys is fighting Haney. What we hearing? They about to fight each other, bro. Like it's like, and you can't, and that's the stupid. Like the same guys that don't want to fight him be the same ones saying, "Oh, he boring." I think go beat his boring ass if you can. But and I've been saying it. Like I ain't capping. I pick Devin to beat them, and I go as far as saying, "Yo, I think Devin jab because it's fast and it's accurate. He'll take away a lot of that shit that Tank like to do. He'll take away a lot of that shit. Ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be like that fucking like that Leo Santa Cruz fight. I promise you. And it won't be like the Barrios fight neither, because neither one of them got a jab like Devin. I don't think he hits that hard. I don't think he hits that hard. That's cool. He don't have to hit that hard. But he can box.
Okay, when David Haney fought Jorge Linares, people forget that right hand David got hit. Okay, he connect clean. He didn't go down, yeah, but but he took that punch because he stayed in front of him on purpose. He was trying to push the fight. He was trying to get the stoppage in that fight because he was winning that fight easily for like 6-7 rounds. And David Henry tried to fight in the clinch, tried to start to fight close quarters, and then is when he got caught with that punch. If David Henry fights in the same way, for the 5 first rounds of the Jorge Linares fight, he won the fight. Yeah, easily.
It's a shutout. And it's once again, it's not cat. That's the same right hand that dropped Luke Campbell. That's the same right hand that dropped Vasyl Lomachenko. I've been saying Jorge Linares has one of the best right hands in the lightweight division. Why? Because win or lose, he's gonna land that punch. Ahead of the fight, I said I want to see how Devin takes that punch, because that's the punch that knocked down Luke. That's the punch that knocked down motherfucking Lomachenko. He has one of the best right hands in the division because he's gonna land it. I want to see how he take it. He took it. He wasn't, he was wobbly after that. I ain't gonna lie, but that's a good. He didn't go down. He didn't go down. He got hit clean. But he's not gonna get them fights, man. Devin is in a messed up position because they not gonna fight him. Tank not gonna fight him. JoJo, I don't know if JoJo. I'm hearing so much shit about that. I'm hearing so much shit about that Diaz versus Garcia fight.
They say I thought Ryan backed out and JoJo gotta fight Devin on him.
Nah.
Did you hear that?
The way it is, this is the order, right? JoJo said after he beat Fortuna that he was going to do everything he could do to fight Devin, right? That's what he said right after the fight. Then you start hearing about Diaz is going to fight Garcia instead, right? That's supposed to go down later on this year. Now I heard a rumor that something is going on and Ryan might fight Gamboa.
And what JoJo gonna do?
I don't know, B. I hope he fight Devin. I don't know.
Man, I don't understand.
Boxing
Dios mío. Mira, estos peleas de hoy son muy chistosos, bro. ¿Qué es el afán de vida de pelear con fucking Gamboa, man? What's going on with this shit?
Bro,
he's still a legit fucking like.
They running a train on Gamboa, B. Tank for him, Devin for him,
Oh my God.
Julius, let me ask you a question.
All right.
Josh Taylor, when he wakes up in the morning, what is he thinking?
I'm the undisputed champion of the world.
Yeah. And what is he gonna do next? We're gonna find a way to fuck people up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
What is Ryan Garcia thinking in the morning when he wakes up?
Bro, he check his
Instagram. Stan Davis?
Check his Instagram when he wake up, man.
These guys, they don't have it.
Nah.
Like these guys. That's Josh Taylor. That's Terence Crawford. They don't have it.
Nah.
They know it. They know it.
Terence is look. As far as the fighters that I think is throwback fighters, that's Terence, That's
Of course.
Josh. That's
Of course.
Sean. That's
Of
Sean.
course.
'Cause Sean is proving it. Sean is proving it that he'll fight anybody. It don't
Right.
matter. But the other guys, like, look, Ryan. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen with that kid. Like, bro, you can't play it that safe forever, bro. Like, you're gonna have to fight somebody, bro. At some point, you're gonna have to fight somebody.
All I think about is Ryan laughing at you can hear Ryan in the back of Canelo's press conference, and that's the loudest you never heard him talk. And I like, damn nigga, you got the nerve to be out here like jock riding somebody's press conference, but you can't get in the ring and fight. Like that shit crazy to me, man. These dudes out here, they really like all these platforms. These people make excuses for them. It's kind of very very weird. Nobody have fighters pride. With all this talent around, like say, like ain't nowhere in the world I can be walking around the room. They got you in here, they got him in here, and what have you. And I don't think we gonna fight. Like if you shake my hand too fucking hard, I'm like, hold on, what the fuck that is? Oh, we better figure that out later because it's a competitive sport, it's supposed to be competitive. But these dudes really don't. They don't have fighters pride. Like they're not challenged by that shit.
Because like, look, and this is why I feel that the UK scene, regardless of what happens with this crop of guys that's there right now, this is why they gonna make it, right? Very recently, they had two of their top middleweight prospects fight each other, two unbeaten guys like Ryan, like Devin, and all of that. That little clique. They had two guys in the middleweight division, two of their guys, Felix Cash, Denzel Bentley. They put their O's on the line. They fought. Right? Daniel Dubois was only motherfucking 22, 23 years old. He didn't have to fight Joe Joyce. He didn't have to do that, but he did that because that's how you supposed to do that.
Exactly.
Motherfucking when Anthony Joshua was coming up, he didn't have to fight Dillian White that early. They could have put that on the back burner, like, nah, chill. We're not going to do that now because he beat you in the amateurs. We're not going to do that. Nah, let him fight. You got to let him fight because they got to go through that. And what's going on here with the young guys that ain't beat, they don't want to know. Ryan don't want to know. Ryan don't want to know, man. He don't want to know. Like, you just want to tweet at Devin and tweet. You don't really want to know what happened.
Oh my God! Like these dudes rather change licks over Twitter and talk about fighting instead of fucking fighting. And the crazy part about me, that's what they get paid for. And like that's why I like the FA and the Frank Sanchez fight. Like them dudes gonna have to be one of the. That's the way it's supposed to be. Like that's two up and coming. I think they two of the top prospects. I think they still both prospects. But that's how it's supposed to be. Ryan gonna actually fight Devin, lose, get a few wins, build up his name, and fight Devin and get at a higher weight class. Like that's how the sport's supposed to go and grow. But everybody want to be the cash out. Everybody want to be the A side. Everybody want to keep
too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. That's what's going on. Everybody can't be a star because if everybody is star, then nobody is star. Why? Because everybody's a goddamn star. Fights is not happening, bro. They're not happening. The Andre shit at middleweight. Everybody like to say and I just did a video on that shit. Like, yo, dog, everybody like to talk shit about him, but they won't fight him. They won't fight him.
Don't even get me going with Andrade. Andrade is one of my favorite fighters.
Everybody want to be Money Mayweather, but don't want to be Pretty Boy Floyd.
I don't deny that there was points in his career where he could have had fights, right? And he, things happen. Like he pulled out of the Jermel Charlo fight. That's just the truth.
Okay.
Wait. Let me finish. Okay. He was off for the Derevyanchenko fight before Jacobs even fought him, right? And Derevyanchenko manager said, nah, he pulled out of that shit. He didn't take the fight. He signed a matchroom after that. So I kind of see what happened there.
Okay.
But that don't got nothing to do. That don't got nothing to do with you offering Jermel, not Jermel, Jermel. Y'all offered him $7 million. And then y'all said, nah. All right. And then they told Showtime, all right, y'all don't want to send him to us? Cool, fine. We'll send Andre to you. And what Showtime, what Tom Brown said? Nah, we don't want to pay for it. So you don't want us to pay for it, and you don't want to pay for it. So, like, what the fuck?
Jamal got his trainer out here around the shows, out here lying in interviews, acting like they don't know what the fight means. Jamal is he actually a sad excuse for a middleweight. Like this dude, he don't want to fight in unified, but he want to get a certain fight. But I'm supposed to say why this dude ducking him for his mandatory, but you're not going to fight to unify when somebody and actually like you still run around like with a bitch fit talking about you didn't fight my brothers. That shit like I get it, and I get Andrade's story on both sides. It sounds like both of them was money issues. The Rock Nation kind of faked him out,
Yeah.
and then he thought he's going for a better business deal. That's why he banked about it, and he got burned on that one. And it sounded like the Derevyanchenko fight, he went to the zone, which he's getting paid to fight nobody right now, and
Which
he
I
took
understood.
that.
Like, I understood. Like, look, if I'm about to sign, most people forgot, right? I'm gonna take y'all back 3 years. Al Heyman had just signed Iswagbe Ugono, right? He had just signed him. Real promising heavyweight, Nigerian, but out of Poland. He signs this guy. He fights Brazil, right? Y'all remember what happened in Iswagbe versus Brazil?
Yeah.
Got knocked the
Mm.
fuck out.
Yeah, he got. I didn't
After
expect
that,
that. I
you
didn't
didn't
expect
see
that.
Izu on the PBC no more.
Yo, Julius, don't be surprised if Andre next opponent is Derevyanchenko. See, this is a I noticed in the trend. It's like there's these notables. They don't fight each other, but they all have that common opponent. Like
That's what's
that
going
Gamboa,
on.
that Derevyanchenko. That guy is like, you know, they need
They
that
passing
guy.
these guys around like a spliff, bro. They passing them
Yeah,
around like a spliff. Part of the
word.
cipher. This is what, like, look, man. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this much: what keeps me watching boxing is FA, Sanchez fights like that, because it's like, well, they ain't got to be American for me to watch them. Long as I get a good fight, I ain't worried about it. You know what I mean? So that's really what keep me watching. But as far as the American boxing scene, well, yeah, it's thank God that we have Crawford versus Porter, you know, because
Yeah,
that's gonna be a fun fight, and I think it's gonna be a fun card. But a lot of other shit is just like, bro, like we got a whole lightweight division full of American fighters that won't fight each other. They won't fight
yeah.
each
We
other.
have to search. We have to search far and wide across the globe, well, through the internet to find those fights.
Real
That intrigues
shit.
us.
I remember Mark saying this shit. What's so funny? What do you think, Julius, if Josh Taylor stays in 140 and say all these guys, Devin Haney, Theo, Tank Davis, okay, I'm gonna stay here for 5 years. What you gonna do?
Bro, they gonna
What you
kill
gonna do?
themselves making 35, bro. Them
You wanna fight
dudes is
for?
gonna kill themselves making 35.
You wanna fight
You
for the
know what?
title?
I
You
could
wanna
see
fight for the
Haney
title?
go like stepping up to the challenge. You know, I could see that happening.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
look,
Josh
look.
Taylor will beat the shit
The
out of
thing
him.
is that none of them, because they pissed away. This is the wildest part. Because they've pissed away the last 2 years, none of them are ready for that guy. Not a single one of them. Not even Tio.
Right.
They're not ready for him. Because look at who he fought. He fought Prime Ivan, no losses. He beat the dog shit out of Ryan Martin. First off, Ryan Martin was unbeaten at the time. He beat the dog shit out of him. He beat the dog shit out of O'Hara Davies. He beat the fucking dog shit out of Ivan Baranchik. He had a real good fight with Regis Prograrius. And he fought Jose. He done been through the fucking fire. He's ready. Right? But them, like, but out of all those guys, Davis, Lopez, Garcia, Haney, only one of them has a noteworthy win among 4 people. Lopez. But guess what? You just pissed away the last 12 months. He's not ready for. He's not. I don't think he's ready for Taylor. I'll tell you that right now. Why? You was able to do that to a dude that debuted at featherweight. This is not a featherweight. This is not a super featherweight. This is not a lightweight. This is a very big, aggressive, spiteful super lightweight.
Yes.
It's not scared of you.
He, him, and his father need to take it easy. Like just go easy on the gas pedal. Just settle into 140. Don't just go straight to Josh to the Taurine Tornado.
He never had to
You know.
mention that dude. I said this. He brought it on himself. You never had to mention that dude. Honesty is the best policy. That is a universal principle of the cosmos, right? Keep it real. I want to ease into 140, and we'll see if we can fight Josh. But I want to ease into 140. You could have said that, and yeah, there would have been people that complain about it. When ain't the motherfuckers complaining about some shit, right? But they would have been able to take you at your word. They're like, yo, I want to ease into 140. I respect Josh. I respect what he did. He's an excellent fighter, but I'm gonna ease into 140. I'm not just gonna, I'm a young guy. I got time, and I want to acclimate to the division before I take on the best guy that's here. Nah, y'all talk that cash shit. Y'all talk all that cash shit, and now you just being offensive. Like, don't talk about that cat like that. Like, he not for play. You see how he was with Ramirez, and Ramirez is a cool cucumber. He be chilling. He don't even talk shit. And you see the week of the fight, Josh ready to pop. Like, that dude is not for play.
He pops off, man. In the fight week, man, he gets everybody ready, He gets in your face, man. I like Josh.
Anyway, man, this has been the Late Night Boxing Talks. I'm going to take my old ass to sleep.
Okay, Julius.
Talk to y'all in the morning.